So James Gunn has finally provided us with some more details on Peacemaker Season 2, and it's safe to say that these updates are a little bit confusing. So to jump straight into it, James Gunn came out yesterday to tell us that Peacemaker Season 2 is going to begin filming this summer. So this gives us an idea of, obviously, the timeline of how things are going to happen and when we will be expecting to see Peacemaker Season 2, which, if you take into consideration the fact that it's going to start filming this summer, you can basically take that as we're probably going to be seeing Peacemaker Season 2 probably around summertime of next year, 2025. That's what would sort of make sense to me personally, which is exciting. Peacemaker Season 2, we've been waiting for it, we've been waiting for announcements on it, and we're finally getting some concrete information as to when it's happening, when it's starting filming, and therefore an indication of when it might be coming out. James Gunn has said that he has written all of the episodes of Season 2. I believe he hasn't clarified how many episodes are going to be in Season 2, but he has written all of them. But he did say that he won't be directing all of them, simply for the fact that this second season of Peacemaker is going to be filming concurrently with Superman, which of course he is directing. So these two are going to be shooting side by side. That's why it kind of gives me the indication that we might be seeing Peacemaker in the summer. Maybe sort of late summer following Superman. We know Superman is obviously coming out in July of 2025, which is going to be like the main kicking off point for the DCU. So I think Peacemaker will come out a little bit after that, probably around maybe August, September time, something like that. But because they are going to be filming concurrently, that means obviously James Gunn, he can't be into two places at the same time. So his main focus is going to be on filming Superman, but he will film a couple of episodes and direct a couple of episodes of Peacemaker for the second season. I imagine probably maybe like the season premiere or maybe the finale, something like that. But he has written all of the episodes already. I know some people will probably jump to the conclusion of, oh, will Season 2 be as good if James Gunn isn't quite as hands-on? I think, don't worry about that. Like, at the end of the day, he still wrote all the episodes, so it's still going to be, that Peacemaker / James Gunn identity in the show. And also, don't forget, James Gunn has basically become the overlord of this new DC universe, right? So he's not going to be taking his eye off the ball necessarily. I mean, yes, he's going to be using most of his attention on filming Superman, but he still is going to have his eye on the production of Peacemaker to make sure that it is still running the way he wants it to and the way it should be. So don't worry about the quality of Peacemaker Season 2. I'm sure it's going to be just as strong as the first season, and it's still going to have that James Gunn vibe that we all love it for. There was also word about the Amanda Waller series that was announced a while back. It's now been said that the Amanda Waller series will now debut after Peacemaker Season 2. So I think it was kind of indicated that it was going to be the Waller series first and then Peacemaker. It's now been said that Peacemaker is coming out first. So you can kind of get the indication there that maybe Waller is coming out maybe in like 2026. That's probably when we're going to be looking at that series happening. And Peacemaker could act as like a good introduction to that side of the world of the DC universe, bringing us back into the kind of darker government side of the world, and maybe it reintroduce Amanda Waller into the universe as well, and then that can lead into the Waller series. Now, the real interesting thing that James Gunn said, and this is primarily what this video is about, is that Peacemaker Season 1 is now no longer canon to the DCU, but Season 2 will be. Now, this I wanted to talk about because this is something that has come up a lot since James Gunn took over the DC universe, which is this a completely new universe? Is it a hard reset? Are we carrying some things over? Because based on what he said previously, it seems like a lot of the stuff that he had done, stuff like Peacemaker and his kind of Suicide Squad corner of the universe, would be coming over. But now he said that Season 1 of Peacemaker is no longer canon to the DCU, but Season 2 will be. So does this mean that James Gunn is going more in the direction of a hard reset? I personally hope so. I think that's what he should do. I think that's a smart thing to do. You're trying to build this new DC universe for a new general audience who are trying to get invested in it, right? And the worst thing you can do in that situation is make it so that your part of your audience feels alienated because they've not seen stuff from a previous continuity. So I think for James Gunn, the best thing he can possibly do is cut all ties to his previous universe. I know he has a lot of friends, and I know there's things he wants to bring over, but you've got to cut all ties and just start again. And I think based on what he said here, I think this might indicate that he might be going more in that direction than we originally thought. James Gunn did say a little while back that in Peacemaker Season 2, it would explain how John got from, the old DCEU continuity to the new DCU continuity. So I do question whether or not this is still going to be explained. Like, if he's saying that season 1 is no longer canon, but season 2 is there going to be an explanation, or are they just going to carry on? I don't know, because, like, I mean, obviously it's the same cast. We still have John Cena coming back. We have Jennifer Holland coming back. We have Steve Agee coming back. As I said, I imagine Viola Davis might make an appearance in here as Amanda Waller. We know that, like, Vigilante's coming back. So, you know, the whole cast of Peacemaker is coming back for the second season. How would they explain that? I don't know. How would they explain this whole universe changing? But, I mean, at the same time, they have to do something, because season 1 ended with Peacemaker meeting the Justice League, right? The Justice League of the old universe. You know, we had Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa there, and of course the other silhouettes of Superman and Wonder Woman and everyone else. He met the Justice League of the previous continuity, so there needs to be a change to get him from that old universe to this new one. I'm just wondering if, given the fact that he's saying season 1 is just no longer canon at all, does that mean that season 2 is just a fresh start? You know, that's what I'm wondering now. And what I mean by that is season 2 just going to be, we have the same cast of characters, but this is just a new story? So this isn't technically Peacemaker season 2, it's just Peacemaker again. I don't know. I mean, that would be weird, because obviously season 1 did a lot of character development for John and all the characters on the show. It would be strange for them to go into season 2 and kind of abandon all of that, but at the same time, this is a new universe. And what are you really going to do? Unless there is a really strange explanation of how all these characters from season 1 have come over to this new universe for season 2, I don't really know how you go about doing that without just hard resetting it. And again, personally, I think a hard reset is a good idea. But I think this problem also comes from the fact that if you are doing a hard reset, should you even be doing a second season of Peacemaker? I don't know. Like, I think it would be interesting for them to use this as a hard reset idea and go, oh, this is just a new Peacemaker story with the same cast, and then that could lead into the Amanda Waller series, which could then lead into them maybe doing, like, another new version of the Suicide Squad or something. Like, it could go down that route. But then at the same time, I just feel like it's going to be leaving a lot of stuff on the floor from season 1 that people are going to want, you know, coming back. So I don't know. I feel like this video has just been a lot of me just saying, I don't know, but it's just because I'm kind of baffled by this news. You know, it's like, season 1 is no longer canon. It depends what he means. Like, does he mean that we're not going to be continuing on that exact story in that exact universe? Or does he mean that anything that happened in that previous season, like the entirety of season 1, is no longer canon? Because that's two very different things. Because if we're just not continuing that exact story in that universe, then that's fine. We can bring that over to the new universe and there can be some kind of explanation. If it's the entirety of season 1 is not canon, then surely that means season 2 is just going to be a brand new start for the character in this new universe. I don't know. Once again, I don't know. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this and how you interpreted this news, because maybe I've interpreted it completely wrong. I don't know. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, I know this was very sort of higgledy-piggledy and all over the place, but like I say, I'm very baffled by this. But if you want to see more DC news, more DC videos like this, make sure you subscribe to DC Central. Hit that notification bell up there so you don't miss any uploads from me. And I hope to see you guys again next time with hopefully more conclusive news than in this video. See you later.